best and worst gimmick.
Wow. I okay, and I know that's up to me to interpret, but best and worst gimmick. First of all, I think the best gimmicks are the guys with the volume turned up, the real guys. Pardon me. And Mark Lewin wasn't necessarily a gimmick, but he was a gimmick. He was Mark Lewin. He was a maniac, and he would. Are you familiar with Mark?
Don has told me quite a few stories about Mark and King Curtis.
Who has?
Don Morocco.
Oh, okay. Yes. And I knew I knew Mark when I was a kid, and I worked out with Mark when I was a kid. I'm talking 15, 16 years old, and I was working at the wrestling office too. And Mark was a maniac, and all that stuff, and he never talked on camera. He had Gary Hart as his gimmick. And when I would go over to Mark's apartment to pick him up to go to the gym, he's living on Telephone Road in Houston, Texas, getting back to the best gimmicks. That was a place where low-income housing, the hood, less desirable place in Houston lived. And I always wondered, why is this big star living in I think it was a one-bedroom, might have been two, but I know his dad, Sid, was 86 years old. 86 years old when I was coming to pick Mark up. Mark had his wife and I think 3 kids in a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment on Telephone Road in Houston. And I would go in before we go train. We do our pre-workout ritual. And Mark was everything I thought a top star should be, because he had this life with his wife, 3 kids, his dad, 86 years old, in this small apartment, sitting around a table. And we're talking. And Sid's bringing up stories, and Mark's bringing up stories. And I'm waiting to go to the gym. And 45 minutes later, we walk out the door, and I'm having trouble finding my way through the. Wait, was that my car? No, that's a bike, Tom. Get out. No. Is that, you know what I mean? And I'm going, holy Christ, how are we going to work out? We go to the gym, and Mark he doesn't skip a beat. He's superhuman. He's this larger than life guy. And then we get in the car, and he was so cool. So, but he was a gimmick. He was a maniac. And I'd heard all these stories, throwing people downstairs and stuff like that. That's a dangerous guy. He's a real deal. He is a guy who, hey, I promise. No, I promise, man. No lies here. I promise you. And just slit your throat. He never did it to me. But what I'm saying is that was the greatest gimmick that wasn't a gimmick. Jerry Graham was not a gimmick. I met him too. He wasn't a gimmick. He was who he said he was, the greatest gimmick for me. But then you want to talk about the greatest gimmick in wrestling, I think, is Hulk Hogan, because that was who he is. Hulk Hogan, man, he revolutionized. Stone Cold Steve Austin, that was who he is. That's a great gimmick. The Rock, that's who he is. Even Mick Foley. Man, Mick was mankind. He could just now be mankind with that, and he could still be Mick. So those gimmicks, those guys, those kind of gimmicks are the ones I thought were the best.
And which were the worst? Conversely, they've got to be the ones that had no relationship to the person portraying them.
Yeah. I mean, the chorus would be the Ding Dongs. Yeah, I've seen them. not a good gimmick on those guys. And I have seen them when they came with the ring and ringing the bells and hunchbacks. I saw them come to the ring not too long ago too. I was going down YouTube and I found this in some crazy sidebar, and then I went, the Ding Dongs really wrestled? And then they'd ring the bell. Have you ever seen the Ding Dongs?
The tag team, the Ding Dongs. Yes, I have. Yes.
Oh, you mean there's others?
No, I was worried there was going to be some sort of drop. Is that, have you seen Ding Dongs? Or like,
no. It was the tag team. Yeah. The tag team I thought was just, oh my goodness. So those are the answers I got for you. Yeah.